A bird that flies off the earth and lands on an anthill is still on the ground. He that beats the drum for the madman to dance is no better than the madman himself. Where water is the boss, there the land must obey. Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. Telling a secret to an unworthy person is like carrying grain in a bag with a hole in it. Return to old watering holes for more than water. Friends and dreams are there to meet you. Teeth do not see poverty. Do not blame God for creating the tiger. Just thank Him for not giving it wings. When the roots of a majestic tree begin to decay, it spreads death to the branches. Rain beats the leopard's skin, but it does not wash out the spots. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. No matter how beautiful and well-crafted a coffin might look, it will not make anyone wish for death. When the shepherd comes home in peace, the milk is sweet. Dine with a stranger, but save your love for your family. A doctor who invoked a storm on his people cannot prevent his own house from destruction. Knowledge without wisdom is just like water in the sand. When a needle falls into a well, many people will look into the well, but only a few will be ready to go down after it. A spider's cobweb isn't only its sleeping spring, but also its food trap. If you do not have patience, you cannot make beer. He who runs after good fortune runs away from peace. It is better to be poor when one is young, rather than becoming poor at old age. Even the king of the forest, the lion, protects himself against flies. A low-class man will just talk. Deeds are the hallmark of a gentleman. You have little power over what's not yours. If you pick up one end of the stick, you also pick up the other. Better little than too little. Advice is like a stranger. If he is welcome, he stays for the night. If not, he leaves the same day. The day before yesterday and yesterday aren't the same as today. When the shepherd comes home in peace, the milk is sweet. You have little power over what's not yours. If you think you are too small to make a difference, you haven't spent the night with a mosquito. We have not inherited this land from our ancestors. Rather, we have borrowed it from our children. When the village chief himself goes around inviting people to a meeting, know there is something wrong with the system. If you pick up one end of the stick, you also pick up the other. Make some money, but don't let money make you. God has created lands with lakes and bountiful rivers for man to live, and the wide deserts so that he can find his soul. An intelligent enemy is better than a stupid friend. The young bird does not crow until it hears the old ones. A hyena does not change its spots, even if it moves to a different forest. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. If you carry the egg basket, do not dance. A roaring lion kills no game. The food which is prepared has no master. The words of the elders do not lock all the doors. They leave the right door open. Even the best cooking pot will not produce food. The child of a rat is a rat. The chicken that can dig for food will not sleep hungry. He who knows not one thing knows another. Show me your friend, and I will show you your character. When brothers fight to the death, a stranger inherits their father's estate. Where you will sit when you are old shows where you stood in youth. He who is unable to dance says that the art is stony. When an old man dies, a library burns to the ground. When I think of the other's misfortunes, I forget mine. You cannot name a child that is not born. Do a good deed and throw it into the sea. When the roots of a tree begin to decay, it spreads death to the branches. However far the stream flows, it never forgets its source. A child is a child of everyone. A house of a person we love is never far. It is the habit that a child forms at home that follows them to their marriage. If you are building a house and a nail breaks, do you stop building or do you change the nail? The buttocks are like a married couple, though there is constant friction between them. They will still love and like together. If there were no elephant in the jungle, the buffalo would be a great animal. A family is like a forest. When you are outside, it is dense. When you are inside, you see that each tree has its place. Slander by the stream will be heard by the frogs. Sex without love is merely healthy exercise. Cross the river in a crowd, and the crocodile won't eat you. If you heal the leg of a person, do not be surprised if they use it to run away. You always learn a lot more when you lose than when you win. He who's destined for power does not have to fight for it. Birds sing not because they have answers, but because they have songs. If your only tool is a hammer, you will see every problem as a nail. No matter how much the world changes, cats will never lay eggs. One who marries for love alone will have bad days but good nights. To love someone who does not love you is like shaking a tree to make the dewdrops fall. Marriage is like a groundnut. You have to crack them to see what is inside. There are no shortcuts to the top of the palm tree. He who sacks his wife because she eats a lot will end up marrying a cannibal. An old story does not open the ear as a new one does. It's much easier to fall in love than to stay in love. If you marry a monkey for his wealth, the money goes and the monkey remains as is. Having beauty doesn't mean understanding the perseverance of marriage. Don't call the forest that shelters you a jungle. If you do not travel, you will marry your own sister. A mother cannot give birth to something bigger than herself.